Hmm.
Hello, how's it going, Blurry? I got some Canada Dry Fruit Splash Cherry Ginger Ale. It's pretty good. It's pretty darn good. Alright, so I used my sick time here to go over ideas for the mod rewrite. And I created a document for it. Now, I'm doing pretty good, Blurry. It was a pretty busy week of work. Luckily, my sickness was a little more mild for me, but the little one got hit hard, so it was still hard. Probably won't be here for long. This is almost midnight for me. Eesh. that sounds good though. I'm glad you stopped by. Yeah, the work has been pretty beastie. What did we catch? We have no idea. Whatever it was made the little one spike fevers of like 104. It was pretty bad. Pretty bad. Yeah, you'll notice this is the old world. I'm ripping and ripping and tearing stuff here. So I think I got a really good idea for this mod direction. Most of it. So I'm gonna go with a completely different way to like learn magic, and I wanted something good, you know, that feels different than other mods. So I think I got something basic here. Hey Nexus, nice. So I found a way to, like, I'm shaking the whole mod out. This is taking some assets from here, moving it to there. Basically, rifts will work the same way with the rift blooms. I made a very small pool of things that the common person can do. Mage weave, for instance, the regular mage weave is something that everyone can make. Instead of doing the whole like runic parchment and all this bullshit right up front, I'm like, why don't I just piggyback off of parchment? So I made a barrel recipe that's similar to like the flax to be able to make parchment out of my shifting fibers, right? So some basic stuff. and then you unlock magic like normal. When you unlock magic, I actually found a way to, I created a whole subsystem to write different like secondary traits, like the extra traits. So basically, when you unlock magic, I'm going to give you the trait, the initial trait, to actually, you know, make enchanted stone. That way the common person can't like make magical things. And I came up with a really neat system of learning, and it's where if you meditate while you look at something, you will learn some kind of knowledge from it. And we are going to test it out here in this test world. This is the new, it's actually going to be called an obelisk now instead of a nexus. Some names are going to swap around, but I'm meditating, looking at it. Right there, I just learned the crafting recipe for the leyline resonator, the nexus pedestal, and the nexus core, which is the old Oculus stuff. Right? So just by like sitting and meditating, you can learn magic-y things from certain magic-y items, which I definitely like that. So there's like a learning progression. Oh yeah, you like that, Blurry? So this is the Devouring Void. This is like the dark version. This is what the Dark Nexus was. So yeah, it kind of swirls there, you know, pulses a little bit. And then this is the Celestial Prism. Oh, I gotta reskin it. Oh, that's probably one of the extra textures that I pruned out here. I'll have to find out what that texture is. But this one's pretty cool because it like pulses and then it retracts. It's like a breathing. So this is what the light nexus is going to be. Let me recall that texture and figure that out. I did just prune some stuff out here. Celestial Prism. Yeah, I really like the new system of learning things through meditation. Oh, it was that. All right, let me open up GitHub. See now, everyone, I deleted it out, right? Deleted it out, and I'm like, oh no, it's gone forever. Not really, because I have GitHub. I don't have to go through my recycle bin. I don't have to go dumpster diving for that texture. All I have to do is scroll on down to here, right? And I gotta find where that texture was. So it was this one right here, right? Let me double check. Nexus Glass Light. So it was this texture, and watch, discard change. And boop, it should be available again. And I need to come into the textures here. And there it is. And I just re-add it to the project. Boop. It's available again. Yay! That's magic. Oh my god. Let's reload. I hope y'all get good there. Here we have a saying that it's not bad when kids get sick as it builds up immunity. How true it is, I have no clue. I mean, there is some validity in that. It's just, can I not be sick like all the damn time? You know, can I please just not be sick all the time? I would like that too. Yeah, it is true, but it does suck. By the way, I finally got back into streaming today for the second day back. Thinking of making a proper schedule on the weekend. Nice. There we go. That's what it's supposed to look like. It's more like a kind of transparent glass. Yeah, but big changes here, right? So something like meditating, looking at the new obelisk, allows me to make the multi-block structure for synthesis. You'll notice that these are the new stones that I have here. Instead of mana stone, it's just called enchanted stone now. I'm still working on like the actual texture for the things, but I like that idea better. And then just today, I had a really good idea for like how spells and everything should be. It's looking pretty damn solid. Pretty solid. I was doing a test. Some people had complained about not, you know, the plants not growing. There's some mods out there. I don't know which mods are doing it, but there's some mods that are like hijacking some of my systems. So I don't know what to tell people. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what to tell you. Oh yeah, this is the new Sanctum. I made it, you know, like kind of on stilts because I think I'm gonna have you put it on top of a runestone. I increased the number of spells to 6, so it's starting to get pretty full. But like the new block actually has like dips of kind of like magic-y stuff in it. So and this is the new runestone. So I'm trying to go with a different idea for it. This was like kind of my start for like a test environment. You know, like making something shelvable. Like that's the Devouring Void. It's just a jet black core, and when you place it down, it's a little vortex. I've been busy, but the big thing I've been busy on is this, right? Like kind of branching it out. Like, how does magic chalk work, right? How are the tools gonna work? Now that I'm abolishing magic tiers, you know, like, I mean, it could be anything, you know? Like, I have a clean slate to really work this right. You know, like, kind of getting, like, staff ideas, you know, because, again, like, there doesn't need to be 1,000 different types of staffs. Like, my original mod had, like, 5 different versions of a usable staff. Why not 3? Basic, Adept, and Mastercraft. Bam. And then I can make them look like anything I want with the skins, you know? The Meditation Insight is actually, it's a work in progress name. That's, you know, for like meditating and like looking at something, and that's how you can learn some spells. For instance, you'll start the game off with just transmutation, right? So you'll kind of unlock magic, and then the first thing you can really make is like your magic chalk, staff, basic staff, and the obelisk, which is the old nexus. Right, and then when you place that down, right, then you can kind of meditate and learn, right, and you'll be able to learn. Okay, you know, I learned about making the ley line resonator, you know, the blocks to make synthesis. See, and once you learn it, it doesn't like spam you or anything. But over here, when you do the rituals, and I decided I'm gonna call them rituals instead of world magic. I like rituals. That's what it's gonna be. When you do the ritual to create your Devouring Void, and then you meditate in front of it, you will learn the Rust Volley spell. When you meditate and you look at the light thing, or the Celestial Prism, which is the old light nexus, you will learn the Summon Light Projectile spell, which will be activation spells for Soul Magic, which is going to be like Blood Magic offshoot with this, and Lunar Magic, which will be the offshoot of the Celestial Prism. Lunar Magic's gonna be really freaking cool. Like, I want phases of the moon to actually matter. I want you to use like light to kind of do reflections and refractions of things. I want to call meteors down, you know, like mass teleportation, you know, like a lot of neat things like that, you know, tied to this. And we'll skip ahead then. There we go, get some stuff. Kind of reminds me of game design document. Yeah, it's you gotta do that, right? Because I need to have the first couple versions of my mod were just me piecing together whatever nonsensical bullshit I wanted to, right? This needs to be mapped out, like what does progress actually look like? And with this, it really is going to depend on not necessarily your maximum mana, like that will play a factor in the potency of spells that you can make. But even like the Grimoire system and everything, I want to gut all of that. And I'm deciding on what that should look like. You know, for instance, like you'll get your Nexus, right? And then you'll be able to look at things. There's going to be significantly less fuels that a Nexus will take. But I'll make sure that the returns are going to be kind of worth it. Right? And then like phase 2 here, it's going to be like any progress, right? So basically, getting up to the Nexus, you probably should follow those steps. But I'm going to have Radiant Gems and Shadow Gems fall from any mined ore. And then those gems are going to be, you know, like key components to do like the Ritual of Purification to transform an obelisk into a Celestial Prism. or the Ritual of Corruption to transform one of those Nexus into your Devouring Void, right? So you're branching off into different schools of magic, which I think is pretty neat, which also helped when you create this right here, your Nexus, or, you know, the old Oculus, right? So names have changed around, but I think they fit better, because like a Nexus is a coming together, so it would make sense for that to be like the thing, you know, like the multi-block structure. And I was thinking today that maybe it would be worth making the synthesis for spell creation only. You create this big magic structure, and then maybe that's just how you make your stone tablets and your grimoires, which the stone tablets are going to be like the quick way you can get spells without, you know, spending forever casting transmutation. And then grimoires are going to be like the durable, long-lasting, you know, repairable thing. So I was thinking of like just creating, like I said, a basic like arcane workbench that, you know, that you would be able to make, you know, like your enchanted stone and your basic staves or your armor, right? Whatever. You know, like every other magic mod before mine, right? You know, this neat little workbench, and that's where you're making all your items from. And then, you know, and then push that Oculus back a little bit. You know what I mean? So, like, you don't need to make one right away. It's just when you're ready to create spells is when you will want one. I think it's a good idea. And then, because I'm redoing the spell system, if we keep going down a little bit here, I have a whole spelling grimoire idea section. So what I want is the old scrolls, the runic scrolls, they're going to be gone. Completely gone. Well, not completely. They're going to be gone in the sense of how we use them. You're not going to use them to learn magic. You may use them to, like, create enhancements for your grimoires and spells. But basically, I want you to create an Oculus block. Because the site, right? So it's going to be like a tablet, maybe a little like monument or something, and then you'll charge that up, and then when you meditate, after you feed it whatever it wants and you meditate and look at it, that's when I'll drop your temporal stability down to that 20% mark, and then at that point you'll start to try and discover a new spell, and that's when bad things will happen to you, but you'll do it through meditation insight. Right, so you can charge this for light essence, light magic, and then you may be able to learn one of the many light spells components in the game, right? Dark for dark spells. The regular essence will be for like neutral spells. So there's a whole subsystem. Like, I want to change how you're discovering magic. And you will actually be peering into the void. I have an idea for the block to have it like charged with gemstones, and then when you qualify, because I'm getting better at shaders like that guy over there, so I will actually have like a mini like rift or something kind of churning in there, so you will be peering through the void using your Oculus to try to learn, you know, like basic spell components. I don't need that up anymore. A lot of changes, but I need to just start working on little things at a time. And I gotta make some decisions too, you know, like the synthesis. I need to think, like, am I pulling out all the other recipes in there and having synthesis just be for synthesizing spells? You know, what does that look like? Because I had the idea of like, well, for making a spell, I think it'd be a good idea to have like a spell core. So like what the spell does, so like swiftness, for instance, it's a buff, right? Increases your base run speed. And then maybe you can add other things to it, because the base spell is like 25%, right? Run speed. But maybe if you add like one amplification onto it, right, then that would make it 50%, which would be, instead of having this tier 1, 2, and 3, you would just supercharge your spells. You know what I mean? But I'm still trying to figure that out, because I'm like, well, I could make it to where like the blocks you make your, you know, your nexus out of may be able to make more powerful spells, but then the rub is you would need more mana, because maybe you throw all the components in and you've made this awesome like AoE fire spell, right? But you don't have the mana to cast it. That also allows you potentially to use more than one spell core in a grimoire now. So maybe if you wanted to use a spell that would activate swiftness and like excavation at the same time, right, you would be able to cast that. Now the amount of mana you would need would of course jump up, but I think it could lead to some really neat spells. I think you could get greedy with it and then make some god spells that you would never be able to cast as well. You know, unless I start putting in charms where it's like one-time use trinkets and stuff. Like there's a lot of like stuff that unlocks that I could do for Magic. But this is the new direction of the mod. You will be looking at things to like study them through meditation, like learning new things. This is gonna be cool because I could extend the system to anything. I can have it to where you meditate and look at a tree and unlock something if I want it to be. Yep, you gotta dip super early in the morning. All right, thanks for stopping by, Blurry. Yeah, I'll be streaming again at some point. Hope you have a good night's sleep. You know, I should make it to where like you have to meditate and like look at, maybe examine Rift Bloom to be able to make something as well. It's really similar to that Thaumcraft. That was the heavy, you know, like you had that viewing, the item you would hold, right? And then like you would like sit there and like right click and analyze things, and then you would get like your little bits of viz. Like I wanted to kind of adopt a fun system like that. Problem is, it's kind of finite, right? You know, there's only so many spells you could learn in the game, right? So it's like, what am I really going to be attaching here, knowledge-wise? It's a difficult thing. You know what I could do? I could make a system, I just thought of this, to where like as you kind of meditate and scan everything, maybe it gives you like either magic experience for maybe magical items, or like even like, you know, the ferns and stuff. Or maybe after so many scans of something, it increases your maximum mana. Because maximum mana is not really going to be, right? There's no magic tiers, so you could just literally walk around with every block here and be like, oh, there's a mana point, there's a mana point, there's a mana point, right? You know, in the beginning, to get like a nice little burst of, you know, of experience. Like, right? Medium Carcass, meditate, boop, there's a mana point, right? That'd be an interesting thing. Unfortunately, I think that would work with like everyone else's mod items too, so you may be able to get like tens of thousands of mana, I don't know. But really? Skip a couple of days here. Oh, I was meditating. Oh, I thought it was a temporal storm. Nope, I just kind of went crazy. Here, let's put down the old debugging block, and there we go. Gain our sanity back. So yeah, that's the general feel. What I think the mod is going to transform into: less restrictions of arbitrary numbers, more trying to find that magic-y feel. You know, like lunar magic, I think is going to be fun and different, like a different way to like pursue magic. Soul magic, I want to make things where you actually siphon the soul out of things. Like, you know, I want it to be a little further than blood magic, you know? I think that'd be a nice, dark, evil kind of, you know, kind of spell or spell system. Right, and then the neutral is just like everything that's in the mod already, like spell duplication, you know, things like that. Spell creation. So, that's it. I don't know if anyone's really listening to my ramblings, but that's it. I gotta really push out this idea a little further and figure some stuff out. Like I said, the first thing is, am I going to have a magic workstation or not? Am I going to do that? Because I mean, would it feel less like magic if you just had everything in your personal crafting table? Or would it be better to have that physical representation of like, bam, this here is where I make you know, all of my magic items, right? This is how I get enchanted stone and make my staves and my armor, and you know, it's all through this workbench, right? Whatever the workbench is. I think that's the first thing that I gotta figure out. A workbench. Let's you know what? I don't even know how hard it would be to make an alternate crafting because it would be an alternate crafting system, right? Like I would have to have some kind of matrix in there. I'd have to be able to parse recipes into it. I'm not even sure what mods are doing that. There's someone had to have broke into it. Someone has to know. Let's pull up .NET Spy. Let me see if I can glean anything. Loading .NET Spy, please wait. Look at all this bullshit I have open. Do you see it? So this would be crafting, right? So if I just put in like craft. Item generic, item big. Oh, this is all from my Vice Machines mod. Oh, ViesCraft machines. Ah, lame. Here we go. Crafting recipe, inventory crafting grid. That may be a good one. What does this look like? Ooh, this looks annoying. Oh, this looks annoying. Possibly not. So, item slot craft output. What are you? So, I would have to have a particular, like, inventory layout. Item stack move operation. Auto merge. Alright, so some of this stuff doesn't look too bad. So, we're just trying to put items into... Ah, look at that. Consume ingredients. Can still... So, I'm looking at the inventory... Whatever, so it's this crafting grid inventory. So I'm creating an inventory here? Weird. So this is an inventory that exists only in this crafting grid? Weird, huh? Very weird. I wonder if I could do something that would only trigger from a certain, like, oh, okay, so let me look into what I have available in this game. I think there's a workbench, right? Isn't there, like, I thought there was some kind of, like, maybe it's not called a workbench. I thought there was, like, some kind of advance. You know, it could have been another game that I was thinking about. Like some kind, you know, some kind of advanced tape. I just want to know if there is a certain way that I can label a recipe. You know what? Barrels, right? Barrels, because those well, maybe not, because those recipes are completely different. I would like to be able to make a block that says this block is you open it up and it opens up like the regular crafting, you know, grid, right? Little crafting grid. that you would have when you open up your menu. And I would like to be able to tag certain recipes to only show up through that particular block. You know, so like I don't have to deal, I can piggyback off of like that global recipe pool. Know what I mean? Is that even making sense? You're a towel. The fuck is this? No, can't do it. Oh. Oh, that was a juicer. What the fuck is this? What is this? It's a juicer vice. Must still be feeling meh. Got some pies, alright. Got some, oh, stone coffin section. Cool, cool. There's a bunch of crystals, bunch of things. What are you? A crystal layer? That is pretty cool. It's basically carpet though, isn't it? Yeah, it's basically carpet. Although it does look cool. Just not anything that I could really use. Boop. Throw that right into the ocean where it belongs. Right where it belongs. Alright, where was I? Okay, I was here, right? Okay, I was right here. I mean, we got more stones. We got a bunch of stones. Rubble, stony rubble. I mean, the quern isn't really a crafting table, per se. Man, I'm gonna have to make a whole secondary crafting grid. Unless I don't make it like a workbench in a conventional way. What if it's literally like a tiny Oculus? Like just a block you throw items into. You have to have really good accuracy because it's going to be a single block. Nah, that seems cheap. And that's still going to be a lot of work making all those recipes. And then having those recipes unlockable. Through learning, right? Unlockable through learning. I just don't want you to have to make a bunch of enchanted parchment, you know, the runic parchment. Damn, this music is going all over the place. Not really ruined bed. Nice. Maybe this was what I was thinking of. I don't think you could do anything. This is just for looks, right? Honestly, I would probably use this as a baseline for the workbench. You know, the arcane workbench that I would make. May shatter if broken, can be repaired using glue. Does it fucking do anything? Let's try and get glue, I guess. Ugh. Glue. There we go. Still does nothing. Lame. Broken. Yeah, throw that. All right, show me what else you got, game. I don't think what I want exists. I think I'm gonna have to roll up my sleeves and make it. I don't want to. I want to be a little lazy with this. I just want to piggyback off of a system that already works. Can I have a little less to do, please? Please. Hey, Oats. Yeah, glue only allows you to break it without breaking it. Yeah, I was hoping that if you repaired it, like maybe it was like a workbench. You know, a workbench of some kind. I think I have to create a item creation system, like the crafting grid. I think I'm gonna have to do that. I think I'm misremembering this. The more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm like, you know what? That very well could have been like a Minecraft thing that I was thinking of. Could very well be a Minecraft thing. Maybe I'm just projecting. Yeah, because now we're getting into my mod items being thrown in there. I know I didn't figure this out yet. A pineapple? I've never seen a pineapple in the wild in this game. I don't think it exists. I mean, this, so the bloomery... I don't know. I'm just going to pull out a bunch of stuff. Let's just bring it all out. Maybe we'll try the bloomery, I guess. I don't think that isn't a crafting grid either. I don't think the oven is one either. Yeah, and of course a bunch of my mod items. What are these? Oh. Beehive. Ah. A working mechanic in my VS. Nuh-uh. I don't think so, Vice. You, sir, are reaching a little too far. You must know your place. I'm wasting my time, huh? Look at all of these antlers. This makes me so sad. It's like seeing an update just piss by. Seeing that update just will go right through your fingers. It's like trying to hold water. Such a waste opportunity. Could have got something fun instead. Taylor's for the win. What are you trying to do? I'm trying to find something in the game that has a crafting, like it does the like a crafting table, like another kind of crafting table. So what I want to do is I want you to learn recipes through meditation and looking at something while you're meditating to discover recipes, and then I want you to be able to make those recipes in a workbench without being able to make them in this. No for this. Right click, open up a crafting table, yes. Now, recipes in this game are locked. You know, you can lock them to certain things, right? So let me look at the old Oculus, for instance, right? Requires a certain trait, right? So it requires a trait to be able to craft this. I want to take it a step further and say it requires a certain trait, and you have to be using my arcane workbench. I have a feeling I'm screwed. I have a feeling I need to create a new, like, crafting system to make this happen. The goal is, I think I came up with the decision of, like, the Oculus. That name is going to be changing, right? So it's not going to be the Oculus for long. It's going to be the Nexus, the coming together of items. Let me make a quick one here. Oh, I got rid of all my mana stone. Oh, I didn't make the conversion. Right, but you know, like you build it in the portal. I think I want that to be just for spell creation. So I have to peel off all of those recipes and have it to where you can make them some other way. Now, I could have it to where you make them in your little crafting grid where you can make anywhere. Or I think it would be better to have like an arcane workbench that you could kind of go to and boop, open up and you got your little crafting table. I know a new mod called Drafts that kind of what you're looking for, but I don't know if it's public. I looked at that. I didn't look further than just seeing it in the list of mods and being like, huh, neat, you know. But I don't think that was I don't think, yeah, because this is the mod here. Here, let me pop it out. This is that mod, and I looked at it and I'm like, it looks interesting. It definitely looks interesting. Research base craft recipes. This mod provides research triggers, storing search components, and creating recipes based on research components. I don't know if this is what I want. It looks interesting. Couple minutes, yeah. Yeah, like I think this is a cool start. Cause like I'm trying to look at, like, here we go, the pictures, right? So like basement, frame, refracted, like I see what it's trying to do. I just don't know. I don't know what the fuck it's really trying to do, honestly. I don't, like, I see mechanical, structural, temporal. Like, I see it's like the basics of, like, something really, really cool. I just don't know where the fun would be in there. But, you know, it's like, okay, it's making an item, you know, so this definitely would have its own, so it can be done. What I want can be done. I want to stick with the basic 3x3, you know. Maybe have an item slot for, like, converting it, you know, like imbuing an item with an element. But that's the goal. You missed the whole spiel, Oats. I got a lot of changes, dude. A lot of changes here. Lot of good changes. I still need to dissect spells, but I do have to go. The good news is it's Friday. Do you know what that means? It means old Vice can stay up later tonight. So my butt will be back because I'm gonna start running with programming. I think tonight I will be creating a new secondary crafting system. Brace yourselves, everyone, because I've never created something like this. It could be great, it could be bullshit, but it should be a lot of fun. But we got to do it. Good night or bye. Yeah, it's gonna be more bye. I'm definitely coming back. It's Friday, man. Friday, I'm feeling pretty good. Who is actually playing Vintage Story? Let's see. Let's pull it up. Pull it on up. I don't know, who do we want to do? That person's gonna be right back. I ate temporal storms for breakfast. The quest to build a bread church. You know what? That dude sold me. Bready Loaf. We are gonna raid Bready Loaf. This dude is making a bread church. You know what? Done. /raid Bready Loaf. Alright, everyone. Well, thanks for stopping by. In the next stream, I can go over, like, more spell ideas and stuff, and all my actual proof of concept document here. I got 12 pages here so far. This is quite the revamp here. But yeah, thanks everyone. Thanks for stopping by, Oats. I will talk to y'all later. Yeah, you are mad still. You don't even know the changes, dude. I last night, I'm like, oh, I wanted to create like I want to make meditation better, and I'm like, well, you should be able to look at something while meditating, and you should be able to learn something from it. So I included that shit. I already made that system. It's awesome. We just need to staple something else on it. And you can learn spells doing this too. So I want to make randomized obelisks that you can maybe meditate on and stare at and learn new spells that way instead of using a scroll. Such good stuff coming. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. I will talk to y'all later.